Back to the video of black people. Oh my God, look at this. Wait. I know this is really annoying for the audio people. Again, I apologize. I get it, but she's got glamour shots, Mexican glamour shots, Latina glamour shots, where they go to like the Sears store in their local mall, and they get those glamour shots taken for $15.95 with the Vaseline all over the lens to make it look dreamy and romantic. Here she is doing a glamour shot. She really thinks she's something. What a babe. What a fucking waste of a human. People like her, I don't even know how they really exist. I don't know what a Mexican like her is even made for. Like, why are you on this planet? What are you doing besides parasiting? You're literally just grazing. You're a grazing person. People like her don't talk. I mentioned this before. People like her go, he, see, heh. They live in this nervousness. She's as big as a cow. What are these people? You know, you really got to think of it. Think about your life. And I know some of you can't do this because you fit the bill. You are the filler people. But does this person really exist? Is this person living on the planet the same way we are? Do they have the same thoughts and feelings? Or are they just here to kind of fill it out? You know, think about that. When you see a person like this, does she even really exist? She reminds me so much of Maria from Eastbound and Down that it's weird to me because, like, Maria was a written character. Maria didn't talk in the episode, but I figured that was just how they wrote her. But that Maria in Eastbound and Down was so real because I feel like there's Mexican women like that everywhere. What are they doing? What is their purpose? Do they even love their kids? Do they even talk to them? I see Mexican families all the time walking around the streets of my neighborhood. They don't talk to each other. They're never talking. They're just walking. And then I saw a big gaggle of them looking like this. They all look like this. Walking into an apartment building, and it was a giant apartment building with a courtyard. Okay, a big brick building, 5 stories, probably about 100 different apartments in this building. And it had a giant courtyard. And the entire courtyard, it hadn't been mowed. It hadn't been de-weeded. Just weeds and shrubs about knee high all throughout the courtyard. And I saw them walking in right past all the weeds and garbage into their home. And I go, okay, it's one thing to be poor, right? These Mexican families, they're poor, okay? But it's another thing to not do yard work. Like, okay, you always say, well, Mexicans are the same as us. They're great. They're just poor and they're having a hard time. Okay, poor doesn't mean you can't pull weeds, right? Poor doesn't mean you throw your trash on the ground. I don't understand that. So you're poor, so you don't have time to use a garbage can? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm poor, so I have to throw my flaming hot Cheeto bag on the ground. Well, I don't understand that. You could pull weeds on a Sunday being poor. You don't have to have money to pull weeds. So why does all their places look like complete and utter shit? Why is it covered in trash? That's one thing they don't want to talk about. I really want to know what that's about. I get it, you're poor. And then they'll go, well, they work 2 jobs. They don't have time to clean. Well, they do. Everyone has enough time to not throw something on the ground, right? So why is it whenever I walk past a Mexican building, it's covered in trash? It looks like it's abandoned, an abandoned jail. Why? You would think, oh, they have poor, and they have a giant family. They have 7 people in their family. They're not all out working. I see them constantly roaming the streets at a snail's pace. So don't tell me they're out working 3 jobs to provide for their family. And even if that was true, what motherfucker needs to work 3 jobs? Oh, well, Mike, they have a family. Okay. There you go. Boom. Maybe they shouldn't have a fucking family. Maybe they shouldn't have a family of 27 when they make nothing. Okay? Everyone should have 1 job. It should last for a maximum of 8 hours per day. If you're working any more than that, you're doing life wrong. And that needs to be the argument. It shouldn't be, well, they got to support. No. And believe me, again, it doesn't cost any money not to drop your garbage on the ground. So please tell me what the fuck that's about. They're never going to argue that on the news. Fox News will just, or all the news stations will go, well, they're just struggling, No. My parents were poor when they first got married. Beautifully clean house. They didn't throw garbage anywhere, ever. I've never seen my dad litter in his life. Why? Because he's not an animal. Mexicans are animals. Get on board. Back to Maria.